So hello and welcome to Coastal Crafts. So I'm coming on today to show you, I finally finished my sort of coastal water-based album, Nautical album. That's a better word for it, isn't it? And I want to, which I'm going to put in pictures of when I've been on kayaking trips and things like that this year. So I'm going to show you that one, but I also wanted to show you, so it's partly made using that hunky-dory plain sailing set, which I've shown you in a previous video, so you can go back and look at that one. But also the Crafter's Companion Nautical collection, and I've shown you bits I've got from that, but I haven't shown you all the bits I've got, so I thought I'd show you that first, and then you can see how I have used it in the album. So I'll just put the album to the side a minute. So basically the Nautical collection is this one from Crafter's Companion. So I know I'm not very quick on these signature collections by Sara Davies, because this is definitely not the most recent one, but I take a bit of time to gradually collect them up. But this is the 8x8 paper pad, and I got this in the range, I think it was £8, and of course I had to have it because it was nautical. So I'll flick through. Bear in mind I've obviously used some of them, but you get this lovely boat and anchor, so a scripty one, good as a background. This is my favorite one, but I don't think I've used it because I really find it hard to use the ones that I love the most. See that beach scene, love it. So I think you get 4 of each, so you get 48 in total, so that's a good quantity of paper, and it is paper, not card, in case you're wondering. So blues and browns and beiges. So that's sort of the colour scheme I've gone for, like that wood one. So it's a fairly one that could be fairly masculine as well, not a really sort of feminine mermaidy nautical one, but it's perfect for what I needed. So I've got the paper pads, so I got that from the range, but other places are possible. And then I'll quickly show you the two that I picked up the other day from Craft Stash. So I already showed you this one. There's the embossing folder. I'll show you what that looks like in my project in a minute. Love those 3D embossing folders. And then the other one that I picked up the other day is this one, cut in and cut out fishing net one. But I have now, see in my little pocket here, I've got them ready. This is what it looks like cut out. I haven't bothered to cut it in because it would be exactly the same thing, just with paper on the outside, obviously. But I've used that in my project, and also I think in lots of other things it could be just interesting texture, really delicate and nice. So fishing net, that's that one there. And then let's keep going. And then, so those two were from Craft Stash. These ones I got off eBay, but it looks like someone originally bought them in the range. So you get the sailing boat, you get a log, a little shell, and a lighthouse in this one. So I'll show you what these ones look out cut out. So there's the lighthouses. So I've just done a little bit of paper piecing, didn't get around to doing the top bits for those. Of course I went for red and white. That's what I think of. Then what other bits are in there? So you get this little shell. If you look carefully, you can see the embossing on there. There we go, that shows it up. When you get the right light, it shows it up. That's a really cute little shell. You get the sailing boat. And what was the other bit? The log. So when I use this, I would most likely put a piece of paper behind it to back those little bits there, but you can see the embossing as well. That's using hunky-dory paper, which, because it's shiny, embosses really nicely. And they've got, so you could have I haven't done this, I haven't used this one in my project, so but I have seen somebody do it where they've got some string and they sort of threaded it through and made a bit like where do you see it? We see those pillars quite often at the top of the beach. Not so much with wood linking around. I can't think what, but you know what I mean, with string going between each one to make a bit of a fence. So that is that one. Then there's this one here, which, as you can see, they got it from the range for £7.99. I got it on eBay. It's got the beach house. It's got the 2 little seagulls. Love those. And the deck chair. So I haven't coloured them in, but they do look cute when they are coloured in. So that, I really like those birds. So I've left the little bits in there because I think they just look better left in. And there, I love that seagull. So it's cute in white, but also if you coloured that in with your markers, that'd be really easy to do. And they look really nice. Got to love a gull, haven't you? So that's that one. And then you get your little deck chair. There we go. And you also have your little beach house. So obviously you could put some another colour. I haven't used these ones either in this project. But you know, if you had it with another colour behind, it's going to give it a two-tone effect. And the little door opens. Isn't that cute? I didn't feel that it went with the style of this album because that's more like beach days, where this was more nautical and ships and sailing and things. So that's that set. Then there's this one. That is it's got the lifesaver and 2 anchors. I've already got a few anchor dies, but I'm someone who thinks you can never have too many. Do love a good anchor. And that's what they look like. So I have used these in the project, but that's them, so lovely. So you get 2 different sizes. And then this is the lifesaver, and I've got one that I've coloured in the project, which you'll see when I show you. So you could paper piece it. I've chosen to colour it in on this occasion. And the last one that I own, but there is, I don't know if there's, yeah, another few that you can get, is the shells one. So I've got this on eBay as well. Love this one. It's probably my favourite one. So these are them just cut out normally, but the ones that I've used inside the project, I have backed them. So I've cut off, so you'll see they've got a backed colour to them. But if I hold them the right way, it's on adorable scoreable cards. So without having to use an embossing mat, this adorable scoreable card embosses straight away. So you can see, gorgeous, really like that. And that one. Your little starfish. And this one, which definitely looks better when you back it. So I'll show you it in the project. So that's all the bits I own from that collection if you are interested in the Nautical collection. But let's have a look quickly at the project. So on the outside, you can see it's lots of this hunky-dory plain sailing card, which was used to make it. And then this was, remember I picked up that craft box from the Craft Box UK, the Prima mould. So that's just air drying clay in gold. I just thought it was a bit of fanciness. That's some of the Nautical range, and the back is very plain because I haven't decided what I wanted to do with that, and just a bit of lace. And then I've just made a little dangle because, well, that's from the Craft Box, that little ball. But I had these cute ones from Recollections I picked up in America that I wanted to use, so I had to stick that on there. Gone coastal, being coastal crafts. So I make my journals on the rare occasions I get around to it using these dies, the tonic ones, because it's a lot easier. So I've got this one to make the spine and this one to make the pages. But on the outside I've been using chipboard, just because I found when I didn't use chipboard it went all floppy and I didn't like it. That's just ordinary chipboard painted white, so it looks really tough. So the outside bits are chipboard. And then you open it up and you can see what I've used. That's the hunky-dory. So these nice shiny ones are the hunky-dory. And then see sticking in the anchor. And here is that gorgeous 3D embossing folder. Like, I just love that. I can't get over how amazing those 3D embossing folders are when you do them on the adorable scoreable card. They're really big though. So that's just a little flap there. And that's a frame. So I'm going to put in my pictures later. So just adding a little tag in there, little pocket. So using the anchors and different bits. So on here, this was just from some paper that I had. Free with a magazine, I think it says Mermaid in Training under there, but I thought it was a cute vintage image. So that's that lifesaver there, which I've coloured in red. I felt it matched up with the red boat on there. So you can see that's where I've used the shells. And you can see that they're backed on a different paper. It just makes it look slightly better. Really like those. And there's that boat, which matches up with another one. I just had to use that 3D embossing folder again. And then there's a little starfish and the netting and where a picture is going to go. And then those birds with the wine. And another shell, and that's the end of it. So it's not got I don't want to have too much in it because I thought I'll be there forever printing out photos in order to get it filled up, and I do want to sort of fill it up and have it done rather than leave it as one to use. So that's my album. I'm happy with that because it's perfect for what I want it for, and I think this set is really cute. I like the Nautical collection, and I'm sure I'll be using it for lots of other things. So let me know what you think, whether you like my album and what you think about the different collections. So it's the Hunky Dory Plain Sailing collection and the Crafter's Companion Nautical collection. And I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.